welcome back.
So, Qualnir has been dragged off into the darkness. Michelle has been dragged off into the darkness. Qualnir, you are just coming to, reeling from the effects of that mind blast. At this point, you can hear a great commotion upstairs. The apothecary, Michelle, and Kale, the enchanter, are gone. Qualnir is alone in this.
I go forward, not to the upstairs, in the direction that I saw Michelle dragged off. Did she get dragged to the upstairs?
No.
Okay.
No.
Then I push forward, searching for her.
All right. You stand up and find the other end of the room just over 60 feet away. So the room's about 120 feet long. There's a staircase at one end and a portal at the other.
Right. I came in through the portal, so I go down the staircase, weapons in hand.
Stop. No. Everything's a portal. It's all portals. There's a portal from the staircase, and then I just mean to say that there's not a door in the doorway.
Right.
What's the word for that?
Portal.
Okay. There's a portal on each end of the room.
All right, so I go
the far
to
end.
the
Yeah.
portal that I haven't been through.
Opens up. It doesn't open up. It closes up into looks like a hallway. So in front of you is like a mortar or a sandstone wall, and a sandstone hallway to your left and to your right.
Or listen to see if I can hear anything coming from
I
either
totally
direction.
missed the. You can hear a storm brewing above, and the shouts of cultists on the floor above you.
All right.
Actually, you're not sure if they're coming down, but if they are, you feel a sense of urgency to.
So I'm just gonna take a hot minute and listen to either side, which is not a pass. So I can't hear which way Michelle. I can't hear anything from the left or right sides.
No, and you were stunned, but I mean, you can work. It's been
a while,
almost 10 minutes since.
All right, well, I know what I'm gonna do. I turn around and I head back towards the upstairs cultists.
All right. I think as you walk across this room, you see two more stepping down the staircase before you.
I break into
Behind
a run, weapons in hand, and go after them.
Oh yeah, it's only 120 feet across the room. You probably see them from 60 feet. You can basically, in a blink, you're at them with a roll to hit with your short sword.
Short sword strike of 25, natural 19.
That's a crit.
Single crit. 11 points of damage. They've got AC 20? No. AC better than AC 15.
They're not armored.
Okay, so another D6 in there?
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. That obliterates the first one. Roll for initiative against the second.
D10 plus 2 with Bloodletter at 11.
That is a hit, and I think a kill.
That was an initiative roll.
Oh, initiative roll.
Yeah, you said roll initiative.
Oh, sorry, I thought the 11 was a roll to hit.
No.
The cultist turns to you and commands you, convert. Kale is your master now. Roll a save, and I think you get a 90% resistance to sleep and charm on top of that.
Yeah, that's what I was about to look up. So I think it's a 90% to resist. The 100. Yeah, I resist hard.
And then you get an attack with Bloodletter.
Yeah, D20 plus 6 with the Bloodletter on the side for D4 plus 2. Whoops, not plus 23, just plus 2. That's just 6 damage. I hit it for 6.
All right.
And I gain back 3 of that, right?
Yeah. Yep. And he's still filthy elf. And roll for initiative.
All right, Bloodletter is going to go at 12, and Short Sword's going to go first.
Oh, yeah. Make an attack with that short sword.
It's just the one guy in front of me right now, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. 10 to hit.
Is a hit. Yeah. Finish him.
3 points.
It's enough. All right. So 2 dead cultists here on level 2. You're at the foot of the staircase.
I'm going up.
Mm-hmm.
I want to not fully walk into the room. I want to get to the point where I can like see into the room up the staircase. Maybe like actually go down on all fours and like scramble up the stairs so I can look over into the darkened room. So I can like see what's going on up there before I hop in.
All right. You peer around the staircase. Is that what you're trying to do?
Yeah, well, peer around and then like peer up. Like
a hide in shadows check.
Okay. My check is hide in shadows 60%.
All right. You peer around up the staircase. I think you come like creeping up the side of the staircase, camouflaging yourself in the darkness. Mm-hmm. There's light above, but not below, except for the flickering candlelight of the apothecary. You actually see the apothecary's body strewn on the warehouse floor. And 4 cultists stand waiting for you, I guess. Like they're waiting for you to come up the staircase or something. They're like arranged in a semicircle, some 15 plus feet from the staircase, wielding improvised weapons.
Ooh, I like
amongst
that.
Amongst them is what do you mean you like that? I mean like they've got like chair legs.
Yeah, that's a good sign for me. For Qualnir, in Qualnir's mind, that means that they're not going to be casting spells.
Maybe.
Which may or not be true, but yeah.
And amongst them, Hans, who has a length of rope or something he's twiddling in his hands.
All right. Well, I'm gonna.
So they haven't. You're concealed, so you can.
I will bolt from the staircase straight for Hans.
All right. I'm gonna give him a surprise check, which he fails.
Nice. All right. So that's Qualnir. That's Bloodletter's initiative, but I'm going to.
So you're amongst them before they realize you're there.
Sick.
Roll,
all right. Short Sword comes in at 25 for 16 damage, and Bloodletter, if that guy is dead, we'll go to the next person. If not, we'll go after him with a 12.
He's still standing, but his his entrails are splaying out.
Does another 6 do it?
Was that Bloodletter?
That's Bloodletter.
Yeah. You make quick work of Hans. He drops his whip.
Simon says fall
at
down.
Your feet.
Say to him.
The other cultists make a morale check. I think and run. So the 3 remaining sort of drop improvised weapons and head for the.
Is anyone close enough for opportunity attack?
You can make opportunity attacks.
I think I only get 2.
I think. What level are you? I think you do get 2.
Yeah.
I'll let you make 1 with each weapon.
Oh darn! Okay,
or 2 with the same if you'd rather.
Yeah, I'd rather 2 with Bloodletter if you don't mind. Yeah.
Okay.
Plus back attack is a 22. I think that is a single crit for 5 points of damage, and the other one is a natural 1 and a total miss.
Make a saving throw versus death.
Oh god!
Bloodletter again!
No!
I'm just trolling. It's fine, whatever. You kill 1 cultist as they try to flee. Actually, how much damage? You only did 5 damage?
I only did 5, yeah.
You do kill the... Oh, no, you don't kill the one. Okay, yeah. So you cut one as they turn to run, but the three of them make it out the warehouse door.
That's fine. I'm up from 15
so
to 23 HP, so I'm pretty happy.
And let's... Michelle ain't here.
Nope, but I will now head back down at like a sprint down to the lower levels.
All right, you leave the abandoned warehouse, not the abandoned warehouse, well, now the empty warehouse. Couple of dead bodies on the floor. Down the staircase, stepping over a few more.
Yep.
And run into the darkness.
I'll go back to that fork in the tunnel, and I will go right. One must always take the righteous path when descending through dungeons.
Alrighty. Hold on a second, let me work some things out. Okay. All right, you take a right path. And it kind of... so it goes for about 45 feet before opening up into a larger hallway. So there's a right that wraps around the room you were just in. And then you're now sort of at a corner of a larger hallway. And there's actually... So you're at a fork, I guess, is what it is.
Four-way intersection?
Yeah.
Okay. I will stop, close my eyes, and listen intently to see if I can hear anything from anywhere. With a 16, which is a pass, I have 20, but I don't know if I hear anything.
Roll an intelligence check.
$25.
Yeah. So you pause at the intersection, and I think you lean your hand on the right wall, and you stop to listen, and you hear just the silence of these halls. Except in your mind, you can hear that hissing of Kale's tentacles.
I don't like that.
He's close.
Can I hear which way? Or...
No, it's more of like a hot-cold thing, I guess.
Okay, cool.
You can... Yeah.
I'm gonna go left then. No, straight. I'm gonna go straight.
Okay. You step into the silence of the hallway. How far do you walk? So you quickly walk 60 feet. But so the terrain gets a little rough, I think. And it's clear that this is like different construction that you're walking into. You walk a good 60 feet, so you now like no longer see the intersection behind you. How far do you go?
I want to go until something changes, or until I've gone like 200 feet.
I think you make it a little over 200. Maybe you see at the edge of your infravision it turning. And you see that this sort of crude construction butts up against another sandstone wall, some 250-ish feet.
This looks like the right way. I keep going.
All right, roll another intelligence check.
Natural 20. Modified 32.
Okay. The hissing has subsided.
Fuck this shit. I turn around.
Yeah.
I turn around and I take the new right, which was my old left. Which should be away from the room that I was in.
Your new right, which was your old left. Okay. You turn around, you start running, you peel right at that intersection. Dexterously stepping over like loose stones at your feet and avoiding tripping in the darkness. All right. You run right, eventually making it to another sandstone wall. Let me just get directions sorted in my own head. Yeah. So let's just reiterate the steps. So you went down, you went into the warehouse. Down a flight of stairs, across the room. Of floor 2 of subterranean of level 1, underground level 1. So you're still on level 1.
I'm still in basement 1.
Still in basement 1.
Right.
You went across. So you started going straight, and then you went back, and then you made your original right.
My original left.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. Okay. So you run through some shoddy construction for a while, and eventually reach another sandstone wall. It stretches before you, and to your left and right extends at least 60 feet. There's like a T intersection and a hallway heading left and right from here. The sandstone wall basically goes floor to ceiling, where it disappears into the roof and ceiling.
Is the ceiling not sandstone?
The ceiling is not sandstone. It's like here it is compact soil or whatever the dirt is above.
Okay.
Which is a similar hue. It's not the exact same sand, but you're also seeing this with your infravision. So
right. I guess I go left. I'll stop and see if I can listen then.
Sure.
Let's see. Where is my detect noise macro that I just made? There it is. I roll a 10 out of a D100. That's perfect. 20 is my detect noise. So I listen in this new intersection.
I think there's nothing to detect, right? So you listen, you're pretty sure you would have heard something. There's nothing.
Then I go left. I feel like there's a room. In my mental mind, I feel like I'm walking around the perimeter of a second room.
No, so you move left and you follow this sandstone wall. It stays at your right the whole time, and it just seems like it goes on forever, or at least hundreds of feet. And I think you start.
All right, I'll turn around.
Nervous and second guess yourself.
Yeah. I'm
Turn
gonna go
around.
I'll take the right that I just came down and just head straight, which is the other direction in that four-way intersection that I haven't gone yet.
All right. You eventually come back to that four-way intersection. It's been about 20 minutes since you came to.
Jesus.
Or since Michelle disappeared.
Oh my God, she could be dead.
Going straight.
I'll go straight. Yeah.
Straight goes about 120 feet before taking a right.
Okay. I'll keep following that then.
And then it goes another like 90 feet or whatever before taking another right.
Damn it.
The sandstone wall always to your right.
I keep following it. Does it go then take another right eventually?
It does. It encircles that the basement of that room you were in.
With no offshoots anywhere.
None obvious, and a lot of the construction there is crude, right? So yeah, the building itself is sandstone, and then there's like a
Okay, so I want to come back to that very first T intersection, which I should just go forward and be at that very first T intersection, and I want to search the wall that forms the roof of the T, see if there's a hidden door there.
Okay, so sorry, say again, you're going back to this...
the first T intersection. I should almost be there. I just like hooked right.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, I see what you mean.
And I want to search that area to see if there's a door there or something.
You can also roll a perception check.
Sure.
But, yeah.
26?
All right, you're pretty sure there's nothing of note in the area immediately around the doorway.
All right, well then, there's only one pathway left. I will turn to the right from the entrance, going towards the four-way intersection, and take a left and take a right when I get to the end of the hallway.
All right, sorry, show again where you want to go.
So I want to go from that T intersection. I want to go to the right to the four-way intersection and take the left, and then that'll come to another T, and I want to go right.
All right, same deal. You go back to that T intersection and follow the sandstone wall.
To the right.
Yeah, to your heart's content. Probably until you get bored and anxious, and it's been more than a half an hour.
Okay, well, every path just leads on forever.
Okay, maybe not even that. So let's see. Okay, you follow it, I think, to its end. Which I guess that's only 500 feet past this intersection. Maybe more. Okay, more like 800 feet. What is that? Which is pretty sizable. So you're doodling on top of the map. I should have just given you a fresh screen. But hey. So I guess it's only about 800 feet to the right. I mean, on your silly doodle, 800 feet past that point.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And you come to, it almost feels like a natural cave exit. Like it's like sort of, it's not a clean cut. Like you just come out into, I think, sunlight at this point. Mm-hmm. Next to the sandstone wall, looking out over the ocean. At this weird at this cave exit.
Okay.
I guess I can actually put you on the map where it spits you out.
That's fine.
I mean, you're basically over here.
Right. So at this point, Qualnir has feels like he's explored everything in here, and that there are 3 unexplored passageways. Each one extends for very long.
Well, this was one of them. I mean, you only went a couple hundred feet the other way. But you ran around in the.
Yeah, the first one I went around and I felt the voices getting quieter, so I turned back on it. That was this one, and then these are the two.
I think you have not noticed a telekinetic presence since that moment.
Right. So and so these other two.
At this point, you probably feel like you lost him.
I do feel like I've lost him. This one goes to the ocean. And the other one is what I'll turn around and I'll just go backwards the other way, away from the ocean. And just see where it takes me.
So where are you going?
180 degrees. Back the other one that just goes and goes and goes.
So you head back into this. Okay, you head into this cave that follows the city wall. Cool. And you eventually reach an intersection.
Right. That's under the same intersection that I've been to before, right? This is the expected intersection.
Yeah. So to the left, there's like plastered mix of plaster and raw earth walls. And then if you keep going forward, you can continue to follow the city wall.
Yeah, that's the impression I'm getting, is that this is the submerged section of the city walls. So I'll follow this path for a while.
Follow the city wall?
Yeah.
All right. The details here are not that important. I mean, basically, you've got a path that follows the subterranean section of the city walls for a ways. There are offshoots and things, the details of which I don't want to set in stone now because they're not relevant. But you can spend some time being lost in the underbelly of the city if you'd like. That's fine. So I think it will ultimately be fruitless.
Sure, I want to just know if it follows the city wall, like around the
It follows.
City wall's
it doesn't
corners.
follow around the corner. It eventually, before this intersection or whatever, before that, the wall, you come to a cave-in or something.
Okay.
But there are offshoots of subterranean sections that head off into the city from here. So at least several, but I don't want to necessarily specifically point them out at this point because it's not.
I get you.
So maybe eventually you pop out in some you find a ruined building or something in the old quarter. You eventually find an exit from there, having wandered around for this. This will probably be 2.5 hours after the Michelle was taken, and then the confrontation with the cultists and.
Right.
Lost in the Underdark.
I know what I need to do now. I will exit through this building. I gotta go talk to an old friend. I'm just looking for my old friend's name. He is the... God, what was his name? Wasn't the sun guy? He was what's his name? He was the fighter wizard buddy who helped me buy my house.
That was the Sunblade. Yeah.
The Sunblade. That's what it was. Perfect. Sunblade. All right, I'm gonna make my way north towards the library quarter, towards where the Sunblade lives and works.
All right.
No honor among thieves. I will just enter the library, take a right, and go up that tower, because I think that's the tower the Sunblade lives in.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't find him in his room.
The Sunblade
But I think
have
after
like
some
a
poking around, you find him like out back in like a it's like a training yard back there or something for the
right.
for the
Yep, coming Sunblades.
temple acolytes or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
The up and coming Sunblades.
All right, I will interrupt his
and
Sunblade practice.
He's hanging out in the sun with his stupid helmet on, radiating continual light in the 60 or 120 foot radius.
Sunblade, I call.
Qualnir, what are you doing here?
You are sworn to protect the city and its citizens. One of your citizens has been kidnapped and is probably being eaten by a tentacled monster with a beak who can read thoughts, levitate people, and stun you. As a whole horde of worshippers, I have slain half of them. He has taken my friend somewhere below the city.
You meddle in matters below your standing, Qualnir.
Below my standing? Those are for me to meddle in.
You speak of Michelle?
Yes. She's been taken by a tentacled, mouth-beaked monster in the very streets of your city.
His helmet looks sternly at you. Come. And he gathers his trainees or whatever, or at least a couple of them.
Okay.
Take me to this where did you say it was?
I will show you. And I will take him to the warehouse in the old quarter where the apothecary took me. I will bring him to the bodies if they're still there, if no one has come to collect them.
Actually, they have been collected. You return to the warehouse to see there are no bodies, but there's clear sign that they were there. You can see blood splattered everywhere, and drag marks leading towards the staircase.
There were bodies here. I point to the spots where the bloodstains are, and as we can see, they've been recently dragged away. I left this place not 2 hours ago. I will lead the Sunblade and his acolytes below. And,
what did you say? What did you say was leading these? You called them a cult, right?
I did.
Leading these cultists?
You said Mind Flare. Qualnir doesn't know. So he said a tentacled creature with a beak for a mouth that can cast levitation spells and
so you described
sort of
on the way
blast.
Over the horror that you witnessed, right?
Yes, and I say how I could hear its voice and it could read my thoughts, or I thought that it could read my thoughts, and I describe in detail my experience with it, leaving out any reason why I was interacting with this creature, just giving the details of the interaction.
All right. Secure the building. Sunblade instructs two of them, and then he takes one of the acolytes and you, and follows you down the drag. I guess you follow the drag marks.
Mm-hmm. Yep. This might be helpful if the drag marks continue, although I don't know how far bloody drag marks will go. But I will do my best to follow them. Yeah. Should help with the continual light helmet on.
At least it'll give away your location.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what I was doing. I was gonna pull up. I think I've got Sunblade's character sheet somewhere on this old hard drive if I can find it. D&D. Aha. Cool. Ooh, he's got 16 hotness. Too bad he's wearing a stupid helmet.
Good thing he's wearing that stupid helmet. He wouldn't be able to really like solve problems if everyone.
Oh, this is not. Oh no, this is not the right. There was a Dicing with Death character with the same name. I'm sure. NPCs. There we go. I was like 2 HP. That's not right. Cool beans. All right, he's healed since the last time you got him killed. So let me roll him an int check to see if he's dumb enough to help you. And I think he is. He does. I think he maybe doesn't believe your story or something along those. Like he. Yeah, I don't know. He probably initially thought you were having him clean up one of your messes, and then he sees the blood, the drag marks, and you head into the basement.
Yeah, and
the 3 of you.
Yeah. I'm surprised he's actually acting on it right now. I thought that he would like. Oh well. I'm happy to go after it immediately. I wasn't expecting this.
I mean, you're at least following the mark. What are you expecting?
I kind of expected him to be like, "Oh my God, there's a monster! Let's like bring out the city guard and like talk to the wizards and try and find." I don't know how their inner workings work. I didn't know if he would like consult with the wizarding half of the organization, and I thought that maybe like Michelle might just be lost, but at least I could report the criminals to the city watch and maybe gain some brownie points by reporting monsters in the city. But tracking after them immediately is way better.
Well, he's at least I don't know. So he's at least stepping into the basement and seeing where the drag marks go.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And you head into that columned room, and the drag marks go straight down the center of that room.
We proceed.
And then they go out the room and to the left. You overhear the young knight whispering to the Sunblade, do you think it's really a mind flare? And Sunblade silences him, and you follow the drag marks to the intersection. And it goes left around the corner.
We go left around the corner.
And circles around that level 1 room that you were in. Okay. And on the far side, they lead to a section of wall.
Son of a bitch. My elven eyes are failing me.
Mm-hmm. And then they kind of disappear around that spot of wall.
I immediately begin searching that spot of wall.
Yeah. You still can't find it, but you and everyone else can maybe make perception checks now that the... Okay, and eventually, yeah.
Oof.
The knights immediately know what's going on, though. And they, and Sunblade's like, Qualnir, step back.
I will take a few steps back.
And he sort of crouches down, and this section of stone could be lifted, and he points to a big slab of stone that is sitting on the floor here. The construction is so shoddy and everything's stone, even though you didn't notice this 5-foot slab, that you just thought it was another
right
bit of thing to step on. And also, so he goes to start testing it. I think he's not very strong, or it's, I don't know, above average strength, but not enough to lift this stone. So he's like, this could be moved if we were strong enough, or maybe if we all work together. I think I should probably investigate further before we... and obviously we can't get any deeper. And then he makes a show of starting to look around, and
I give him a nod and I say, well, I'm going after her. If I find anything, I'll bring it back and it can be your collar. I don't care about the glory. I just need my friend back. And I will... Did they already lift up the slab?
No, that's the problem. There's a several 100-pound slab of stone on the ground that, if you were strong enough to lift, would probably expose something beneath it. But
I have 15 strength, but that's a max press of 170. I just look at the Sunblade and say, I'm gonna go get a crowbar, open this up, and go after her. If I never see you again, it was a mixed pleasure knowing you, Sunblade.
We'll be here securing the building.
I don't even care.
Save your goodbyes for another time. So you had
go to get a crowbar, yeah.
All right, you can go get one in the time it takes you to look it up in a player's handbook.
There's no crowbar in the player's handbook?
There's got to be.
Not miscellaneous equipment. I can look it up in my economics guide. I don't know if you'll accept that as a reliable source for...
It's fine.
Crowbar. 300 copper, so 3 gold is the price I have for it. I will happily pay out. Amount. And run back to the Sunblade, or back to the building, and back down, and immediately set to work prying open this stupid thing.
All right, so you make it back to the building. Some minutes later, there's one less night. So you come up. So there's one night upstairs, and a wizard sort of wandering around the first floor of the warehouse, looking at the ground and making notes. If you head downstairs to level 1,
yes,
you'll find the Sunblade and another knight. And then you walk past. You nod to them. You head to the slab. You're not going to be strong enough to lift it with just yourself and a crowbar. But you struggle for 10 minutes, and I think eventually the knights come over, see what you're trying to do. And between the three of you with a crowbar, you can get the slab pried up and moved. Exposing a staircase, actually, leading down. Into like the same sandstone, like into the, I guess, beneath the room on the other side of the wall. Right, so that first basement floor with the room with the columns, you must be just beneath that at the staircase above it.
Yeah.
Okay, you get the stone slab pried out of the way. There's blood splatter on the staircase leading down, illuminated in the light of the Sunblade's helm.
I head down the staircase, crowbar still in hand.
The Sunblade goes to stop you. Do you like say anything, or do you just go?
I go. If they want to come with me, they can come with me. I'm definitely going, though.
I don't think they've got their shit I don't think they would leave immediately.
That's fine.
I don't know.
All right. Sounds like a great warehouse, though. This has exactly like the port, the trail out to the ocean that I needed for my building. This is great. I should buy a new house. All right, I will follow this path. Does it lead more or less straight?
No, it's a staircase that leads into a room.
Okay. All right.
Almost, yeah.
Is there lighting in the room of any kind?
Not unless you're bringing it.
Nope, I'm not. Okay, right. I scan the room.
You scan into a dusty, dark room. The stone slabs and shelves actually fill the room back here.
I toss the crowbar into the middle of the room.
There's not really a middle. So you step in, and there's maybe a stone wall, some 7 feet in front of you, and like sort of that it sort of blocks your view, and you can sort of walk around it within this room.
Before I will then just throw the crowbar down at my feet.
Yeah, there's a clang, clang, clang,
and call out, "If you have harmed even one hair on Michelle's head, I will do unspeakable things to you." And I will draw my weapons and proceed counterclockwise around the room.
All right. So that's actually kind of heading down the staircase. Yeah, and you head left down the room. Around this shelf. On the far side of the shelf, there's a large stone table, and atop it you see a body.
I ignore the body for now, and
blood. Yeah, okay. Blood is splattered everywhere, and it looks like its head has been badly mutilated.
I ignore the body, and I look around the room for anything else that might be.
The body was wearing a robe, by the way, coldest robe. Okay.
Is there anything person-shaped around here?
Your eyes adjust to the darkness. There's no. You're on the other side of the shelf. You can see towards the center of the room, and there's another body there. And hunched over that body is a robed figure.
Weapons drawn. I walk towards the figure. Where is
you hear a hissing
Michelle?
and a hissing and a slurping as Kale devours this cultist's brain. How close do you get?
Oh, I will walk to attack distance. And when I get to attack
distance... Before you get there, it turns and looks up, blood dripping down its tentacles, and locks hold of you with its searing gaze. Make a saving throw versus spell. And then a...
All right, well, this is it. 13 or better. It's not a very good chance. Yes.
All right, and you would have... Yeah, okay, it is a charm, so you would have gotten a chance on top of that. So the peripheral vision gets blurry, and you see Kale peering into your... into your very consciousness. You shake him out of there.
I leap to the strike.
You can make an attack roll if that's what
That's what I'm after, yes. Sword of Swiftness comes in with the natural 20 modified 26.
That's a... Are you serious right now?
I'm not lying.
Holy shit. Roll for damage. Yeah.
Critical? Double critical?
Clears by 10.
Ooh, so 3d6.
Actually, clears by 10. So I get, do 3 times damage dice.
Yep. 18 damage to the Mind Flayer. Sword just jabs up inside of it. And then I'll roll initiative for Bloodletter. At 4.
Go with Bloodletter.
Where is Michelle? I call as I slap him with the side of Bloodletter, running a streak.
Roll for damage.
For 5 points of damage.
All right, where do you land these blows?
I think the first one was like maybe aimed for the gut, but probably got closer to like the thigh, so it was like a nice big streak right down next to the femur. And then the other one is possibly like a slash across the tentacles waving in front of me. Not necessarily severing any of them, but like giving them some damage across the 3 or 4.
Yeah, so you just like impale him with the short sword. And then you slash with Bloodletter. You sever one of his 4 tentacles that goes flopping to the floor, and its squid-like eyes go I don't know, crinkle, which you assume is with terror. I don't know, he's terrifying to begin with. And you feel his hissing displeasure in your mind via the ESP. And then there's kind of I say loud, you're not sure if it's in your ears or in your head, but just like a loud sort of screech, and your vision kind of gets blurry.
Well, if it has another mind blast, I'm about... Oh.
I'm gonna... Let me see how long this takes. How have we been doing spellcasting interruption here? I don't even know if this is a spell, though. I think it's just like an innate ability. Arcane powers. I'm going to say that was shocking enough that you interrupted. And he cowers. I mean, mechanically he withdraws and sort of flees into the darkness. I think with sort of the rules as interpreted, you can close with it. Like you can you can follow him as he flees. Is that how we?
Something that we frequently do. Yeah.
Like you move at 1/3 movement. So I think you get to watch him disappear. I don't know if initiative is so weird with this. So you could interrupt spells every round with a sort of quickness.
If I hit, it sounds like it. Yeah, a very strong sword.
Yeah, but I'm wondering if innate magic is interrupted the same way. I don't think it will be. I think I'm still going to let him use it. I'm going to say with the crits it was delayed, but I think he makes his escape at the end of the round. So you watch the battered Kale down a tentacle. He sort of cowers and slinks away from you. Mm-hmm. You follow him sort of, I guess, across the room, like sort of circle him around around one of these stone tables, and he crawls under and hisses. The screeching gets louder, and I think as soon as like he gets under a table out of your immediate like threatening zone, mm-hmm. He phases out of existence, and you like, yeah,
he's just gone.
He's gone.
I look around the room. Are there any fragile things here?
All sorts.
I just start smashing up fragile shit with the sword. If this creature is somehow still watching this room, I want him to see the suffering.
Perfect. You break a bunch of magic potions that were in this room. Not even joking. In your rage.
Yeah. I start smashing and breaking things everywhere.
Yeah, okay. In the room, you will find bodies of all the cultists who are in the process of being devoured.
I look for Michelle's too, but I'm hesitant to look for her.
Michelle, you find her things first, I think. Her valuables pilfered through, although amongst them some other treasure that we can resolve in a second. And as you look around, you faintly hear shouts.
I run for the staircase up.
Crawl there. You're able to find in like a back closet of this on this level. Actually, like a makeshift dungeon cell, I think is what it's set up like. Michelle is chained up, blood spattered, but relatively unharmed.
I will set her free.
He was, saving her mind for later.
Yeah, a good mind too. Way better than those stupid cultists. I will set her free, and carefully wipe the blood off her face, and
Where is he?
He escaped.
I can't feel his grip on my mind anymore.
Escaped for now. We will find him eventually. I help her up and grab her stuff, throw it over my own shoulder, and I will walk out of this room with her in tow.
Okay. You leave the butchered cultists and
I do. Yeah, you said there was some extra treasure. Was that in her stuff? Or was that just adjacent to her stuff?
It was mixed around. It sounded like you were trying to grab her stuff and make a quick exit, though.
Yeah, I mean, if there's, like, valuables within arm's reach of her stuff, or, like, double arm's reach within her stuff, I'll just toss that into her bag, and then make my way. But I'm not going to search the whole underground lair for treasure. I'm actually going to hand the whole lair and all of its belongings and valuables over to the Sunblade.
Let me, I guess, make some rolls. Roll and appraise. Do you have appraisal?
I believe I do. Yes, I do.
You can just go ahead and use that to see what your chance of finding the good stuff in the mix are.
23?
Yeah. So there is actually a fair bit of wealth stashed in this basement. It looked like even in coins. Mostly, in fact, entirely copper.
I will ignore...
Like, it looks like this was like the stockpile that the cult would use to conduct business. You find, I think, amongst the fragile things you were trying to break, you find a bunch of lenses that didn't actually break. The lenses are made of sapphire and are of some value.
Those I'll just quickly scoop up and toss into Michelle's bag.
Yeah, I think I swore I rolled for it, but I don't remember what it was. So I'll roll again. Okay, you can 2 sapphire lenses worth 500 GP each. You spot amongst the wreckage. You would carefully pull them out of a bunch of like splattered mixed potions.
Oh, those could have been useful.
Fire to the place.
Yeah. And then I leave for the staircase, help Michelle out first, and see if the Sunblade is standing around or if it's just a bunch of his men.
Both. Yep.
The thing backed under a table and just vanished. I don't know if it's still in there or it's gone. The place is yours. You can take full credit. I don't care. And I walk out.
All right. You head up a couple couple levels to the sea, or to the sea. It is a sea town, but to the surface. And relative safety. Yeah, what now? Michelle's probably a little traumatized, but actually, I don't know if it was so bad for her. She was charmed through most of it.
Yeah, but still, I think coming out of that
the
charm is
freakiest to wake up chained in a mind flayer's lair.
Yeah, and
I've never expires and the creature dies or something, or does she leave? Do you think the charm is still in effect and she leaves with fond memories of?
I don't know. I think when you realize that you've been charmed, that's probably a pretty traumatizing thing in and of itself.
Well, how do you usually roll in this? Does charm outlast the caster's death? If a mage charms someone and then the mage goes down, will it still be favorable maybe towards the mage's allies?
I don't know. I avoid charms for reasons like this, so
maybe we oughtn't speculate what's going on in Michelle's mind. I think she probably doesn't. I don't know if her and Qualnir talk much about it. You get back into the sunshine and you still don't have your darn dwarf poison.
I don't, but some things are more important than that.
And you're pretty sure the apothecary's brain got eaten. Oh no, he got killed by his own. Okay, but he was missing. No. Oh, so there were 7 bodies in that room.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Some of them were probably kept alive, chained with Michelle.
I think Qualnir is also so eager to get Michelle out of there and eager to, be gone of that place that the details are probably he's glossing over some of them. And he's clearly glossing over most of the treasure and stuff and willing to pass that on to someone else.
All right. Is there anything else you want to do?
I want to set Michelle up on a nice vacation. I'm going to give her the names of
you mean we're not going to Sinteron anymore?
Darlin, if you want to come to Sinteron, let's go. But I thought maybe after all this, you could use a nice break. I was going to set you up in a place in the Elfwood for a spell. You seemed to enjoy it so much there the last time. But if you prefer the hot, sweltery, sweating jungles of Sinteron, then let's go.
She's your henchman. She probably prefers Solstice. Just keep me away from these basements, please.
Oh, I'll leave it for next time to decide what to do with her.
All right, you want experience?
I would love some experience.
All right, I'm going to cut it in half because you forced the Mind Flayer to retreat, but
did not destroy.
Kill.
It's fine.
Yeah. For 4,500 experience, Qualnir can keep that himself.
Okay, that's everything.
What else did you do this session?
I mean, there was treasure. There were the low-level cultists. And there was the Mind Flayer.
You can get it. You can get 1,000. Oh, the cultists. 300 for the cultists, 1,000 for the treasure, so 13. So total of 5,800.
Yep. Okay. And RP, nothing for RP. I don't know how you do that. Okay, that's fine. Times 1.1 is 6,380, which will roll us over
to level 9.
Mm-hmm. Brings me to 112, 512. Okay, so that is a D6 for hit points. Oh, here we go. 5.
Nice.
Sweet. $31 out of 35 then, if HP goes up proportionately. Let's see. Saving throws do go up.
Nice.
Or down. In favor.
Any proficiencies?
Yeah. 11, 10, 10, 14, 11. Proficiencies, I get a weapon and a non-weapon. No, wait a minute. Maybe those come at... I think I get a weapon, a non-weapon at 9, and I have...
Weapon at
12?
8 and 12.
I'm double-checking. Thieves might be 4 and 4. No, they're 4 and 4, so I must have just recently gotten... At 8, I must have gotten a weapon and a non-weapon. Yeah. Yeah, I grabbed Short Sword at 8, and I think I grabbed Heraldry at 8, too.
Got Heraldry?
Yeah. But my thief skills do go up by 30, no more than 15 to any one. So we're definitely going to put 15 into Detect Noise. I'll bring that to 35. My pickpocket still sucks balls at 33. That's okay. I'll put another 15 to Hide in Shadows, bringing that up to 75. Let's see. I get bonus to hit every odd level. So at 3, 5, 7, 9. So I should get a +1. Is that right? 3, 5, 7, 9. Is that right? That can't be right. Let me look at the combat section. Let's Thief Thaco go. Rogue, yeah. Okay, cool. Oh, that's why. Okay. Cool. And I think that's it.
Yeah. Yep. Anything you want to do before we wrap up the session? leveled up. That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I'm happy. I feel like I just need to come up with a good plan for what Qualnir's future holds for him.
Yeah, there's plenty of dungeons to crawl in the city, apparently.
Yeah.
Maybe next time I can actually make a map, but
we'll see. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I think that's it for today.
Got any big plans you want to let us in on?
Anna is going to be DMing her first Misclicks campaign, or her first D&D campaign ever today at 6 p.m. Pacific. It's going to be the Mines of Fandervel, the original module for 5e. So that'll be fun to play.
Fandelver?
Fandelver? Is that it? I don't know how to pronounce it. That's probably
Fandel, yeah.
Fandevalva.
Good times. I don't think I've touched that since it came out.
Did you play through it?
Are you fish memory Erickson over here?
We played through it, didn't we?
Yeah.
Not very far though.
No, we did the whole thing pretty much. We switched over to homebrew on a round when the player's handbook came out.
Right. But we didn't know because the whole thing gets you to level 5.
Yeah. We played characters and then suicided them into a dragon.
Fish memory indeed.
Yeah.
I remember walking around.
You can go watch it on YouTube if you want.
Was Justin running it?
No, Chucky ran it.
Right.
Justin and I played it.
Right. I seem to recall talking with people in town and being frustrated by Chucky's NPCs. But that was a long time ago.
You're probably thinking of Honor Bound.
Maybe.
The whole time.
No, because there was the town, the little village in the Mines of Fandelver. Yeah, I remember walking around in the village and... Anyway, yes. It'll be a brand new campaign for me because I don't remember any details of it, which is great. And Brian, what about you? Anything that you need to let people in on?
No, I'm good. Thanks for watching. We got a fro this weekend, I guess will be the next time to catch me.
Yeah. We might be around next weekend for more Dicing with Death. We don't know. We'll find out.
Yeah, we'll try and keep this on the calendar.
Yeah.
Maybe with more prep next time.
Maybe. All right. So we'll see you guys
I wouldn't
around.
count on it. I'll just eat your brains and we can move on to
another campaign.
To a professional campaign.
Oh, I've got things in store for you, Ryan. Whenever it is that we move on.
I should have just insta-killed you. Slurped up those yummy elf brains.
All right. Well then, we will see you next time for more yummy elf brains. Bye-bye, everyone.